here's what's going on right now. The State Emergency Operations Center plans to activate tomorrow at 1 p.m. The State Department of Transportation are readying hurricane response equipment such as bulldozers and chainsaws. Also, the DHHS is coordinating with the Red Cross and other groups to make sure sheltering and feeding needs can be met. Let's not waste any time and get the latest on Hurricane Florence's track from Chief Meteorologist Chris Holman standing by in our First Alert Storm Center. Chris?
Okay, Dwan, we have that 5 o'clock advisory in from the National Hurricane Center, and not a lot has changed. So news not good, but remember, we're still 3-4 days out. It could change. But here we go. Satellite pictures. You can see it's now a hurricane. Steve Stewart keeping you updated today and yesterday with that storm in Brittany as it became a hurricane again. Winds now at 85 miles per hour. It's still a good distance out. It's southeast of Bermuda now. It's crawling towards the west at about 7 miles an hour. But you can see it trying to get its act together there. So here's the latest from the Hurricane Center. Remember, there's a lot of uncertainty in the forecast this far out, but winds at 85, moving west at 7. That forecast track takes it close to Category 5 strength Wednesday. Not good news there if it gets that strong, and then curving to the northwest and coming ashore Thursday late in the afternoon into the evening hours, potentially on the North Carolina coast. Bear in mind, the yellow you see here, the cone of possibilities. Could be the Outer Banks, could be down in South Carolina. Computer models are a little more tightly clustered now, but on this track, obviously, if this verified, it would be a devastating hurricane for our coast with a storm surge that would cause a lot of destruction. And then watch it slow down, too. Notice between Wednesday and Thursday at 2, it covers that ground. Between Thursday and Friday at 2, it doesn't move a whole lot. It comes inland and weakens quite a bit. Once it gets inland, the winds will die down rapidly, but the rain threat could be increasing then. Look at our computer models. There are a few that still keep it near the Outer Banks and stalling out to the right of the other forecasts, and then some down into South Carolina. The red line you see, the middle of the road from the National Hurricane Center, pretty much just taking the average right there, which takes it into North Carolina. I've never seen a hurricane that hits us or hits anywhere, the forecast being exactly right 4 days out. So the chances of it making landfall right there, at least based on history, pretty small. Doesn't mean we won't be impacted in a big way, but you just can't take that as a literal landfall 4 days out. Meanwhile, things that'll happen, it's going to be high pressure to the north. How strong is it? If it's really strong, it forces the hurricane on that track into North Carolina. If it weakens just a little bit, there's a little weakness in that ridge, it'll give it an escape route just up the coast. That's not impossible, but it's becoming less and less likely. So here's a look at those winds. If this track verified, then we'd start to see the winds becoming near 40 miles per hour sustained, even all the way up into the triangle, say by Wednesday night, early Thursday, potentially into Thursday afternoon. And that's if this track verifies. That's a big if, but certainly you want to be aware that if we do get these winds up to 40, 50 miles per hour, and even more so if it does come ashore as a Category 4, there will be trees down, there will be some power outages, but again, that's a big if. Rainfall, though, could be a major issue. If it moves inland and slows down, and there are signs it will, we could be talking about rainfall amounts, and you can't take this anywhere near literally. Just want to show you the possibility of 5-10 inch plus amounts of rainfall, and that would cause huge problems. Obviously, folks still trying to recover down to the south and east of the triangle from Matthew. Rainfall could be a huge issue, and this just takes us to Saturday. There are some signs that this storm weakening, though, just lingers for several days into next weekend. So a lot to watch. Again, don't need to panic, but just be ready. Get your supplies. A lot of folks doing that already. And be set. We'll be with you through the entire storm. Steve Stewart's here with me, too. We'll have more coming up in just a little bit. Dwan?